Hey, Celtics Nation, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The NBA world has been turned upside down with one of the most shocking announcements in recent memory, and it involves none other than the Boston Celtics. A franchise already drenched in tradition, banners, and expectations has apparently decided that standing still was not enough, that simply being a contender wasn't sufficient for the demands of their fan base or the ambitions of their front office. The breaking word is that Boston has secured the services of not just one, but two marquee names, creating a level of buzz that feels almost surreal. The players in question? Kevin Durant, one of the most skilled scorers the game has ever seen, and Zach LaVine, the high-flying, shot-creating guard whose mix of athleticism and shooting could electrify any offense. This rumor has already lit up social media feeds, and the initial reactions range from disbelief to euphoria. The Celtics, long perceived as being just one piece away, are suddenly being painted as a juggernaut, a team that could rewrite the balance of power in the NBA for years to come. Fans are asking the same question across every platform. How did this even happen, and why now? The timing of this announcement makes it all the more jaw-dropping. Boston seemed set with a core that already included Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, two All-NBA talents still ascending into their primes. The thought of adding Kevin Durant, a player with multiple championships, MVP-caliber performances, and a resume that stretches across decades of dominance, feels almost unfair. Then comes Zach LaVine, whose ability to stretch defenses, attack off the dribble, and provide highlight reel moments injects an entirely different dynamic into the mix. This isn't just about improving. This is about transforming into something completely new. Rival executives are already scrambling behind closed doors, wondering how they'll counter a lineup so loaded with scoring, length, and versatility. On talk shows and podcasts, analysts are already calling it potentially the boldest mid-season swing in Celtics history, if not in league history altogether. The shockwaves are so strong that even players from other teams are supposedly texting reporters, trying to verify the authenticity of the news. What seemed like an ordinary season has now turned into a potentially historic campaign in the blink of an eye. What's truly fascinating is how quiet the Celtics managed to keep these negotiations, because in the modern NBA, leaks are everywhere. Deals are sniffed out weeks, sometimes months in advance, with insiders reporting every ounce of progress until a move finally becomes official. Yet somehow, Boston seems to have worked in complete secrecy, surprising even the most plugged-in sources. Some insiders are suggesting that talks accelerated in the shadows, driven by the Celtics' determination to leave nothing to chance in their chase for another championship banner. With Tatum and Brown carrying the load for years, management may have decided it was time to surround them with proven firepower, ensuring that Boston not only competes but dominates. The idea of Durant in Celtics green is almost poetic in a way, a legendary scorer donning the jersey of one of the league's most historic franchises. As for LaVine, this could be his chance to finally break free from the weight of unmet expectations elsewhere, playing on a stage where every game matters and every highlight echoes in the rafters of the TD Garden. It feels less like a transaction and more like the dawn of a new era. The buzz on the streets of Boston is already something you can feel in the air. Fans are speculating on potential lineups, rotations, and even the stylistic changes that might come with such blockbuster arrivals. Imagine Tatum sharing the floor with Durant, two of the most unguardable wings in the world, while LaVine slices through defenses or catches lobs in transition. Add to that Brown's two-way prowess and the toughness of the Celtics' current supporting cast, and what you get is the makings of a super team that could rival the great dynasties of the past. It's not just about offense either. Durant brings underrated rim protection, length, and defensive IQ, while LaVine, though not a lead on that end, could be hidden within a system that already thrives on rotations and intensity. The Celtics were already considered elite defensively, so adding more offensive firepower could mean they'll overwhelm teams on both ends. Social media reactions from rival fan bases have been nothing short of panic, with many already questioning whether their teams even stand a chance anymore. Boston, it seems, has gone from a strong contender to the team nobody wants to face overnight. Skeptics, of course, are already weighing in, pointing out the risks associated with such bold moves. Durant, though still elite, has dealt with injuries in recent years, and his longevity has been questioned as he moves deeper into his career. LAVINE, too, has had his share of health issues, with knee problems that occasionally raise concerns about his ability to stay on the floor consistently. Critics argue that Boston might be mortgaging future stability for a short-term window of success, and that chemistry issues could emerge when so many stars share the same stage. Yet the counterargument is just as compelling. Banners are forever. The Celtics are not chasing stability. They're chasing history. Bringing Durant and LAVINE into the fold signals that management believes this is their moment, that the window is wide open and that hesitation is not an option. Fans who have lived through decades without a title are more than willing to gamble on greatness. And right now, greatness feels like it could be just around the corner. It's a gamble, yes, but it's the kind of gamble legends are made of. And so, the rumor mill keeps spinning, with every passing minute adding more layers to this shocking story. Did the Celtics pull off the deal of the decade? Are Durant and LAVINE truly headed to Boston, or is this all part of a smokescreen designed to rattle the league? The lack of concrete details only adds to the mystique, leaving fans and media in a frenzy of speculation. Some are already imagining the potential finals matchups, picturing Durant going toe-to-toe with stars like Giannis or Jokic while LAVINE flies in for emphatic dunks. Others are asking about the financial gymnastics required to make this possible, because fitting such contracts under the cap seems like an impossible puzzle. Yet if any organization could pull strings in the background and emerge with a super team, it's the Celtics. Their history is filled with bold moves, from the Big Three era of Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen, to now possibly building an even more fearsome foursome. The NBA landscape may never look the same again if this is true, and that's exactly why everyone can't stop talking about it. In the aftermath of the announcement, you can almost feel the ripple effect shaking every corner of the league. Rival front offices are already re-evaluating their plans because no team can afford to sit still when a giant like Boston makes a power move of this magnitude. The Eastern Conference, which was shaping up as a battleground with Milwaukee, Miami, Philadelphia, and others staking their claims, now looks tilted dramatically toward Boston. The potential of facing Durant and LAVINE on top of Tatum and Brown is daunting, perhaps demoralizing for some. But in sports, adversity often breeds creativity. Expect other teams to explore trades, free agent pickups, or even experimental lineups just to keep pace. For Boston, though, the narrative is different. They've put all the chips on the table, declaring loudly and clearly that anything short of championship would be unacceptable. That pressure is enormous, but it's also the kind of energy that defines dynasties. If they deliver, these moves will be celebrated as genius. If they fail, critics will remind us of the risks they ignored. Either way, the NBA just became must-watch television. Durant's arrival carries more than just on-court impact. It reshapes the cultural and psychological identity of the Celtics. For years, Boston's identity has revolved around hard-nosed defense, teamwork, and developing homegrown stars into leaders. Durant, however, represents the allure of star power, the gravitational pull of a generational talent who alters games with his mere presence. He's been both a hero and a villain across his career, admired for his skill but scrutinized for his choices. Now, in Boston, he has the opportunity to merge legacy with ambition, perhaps adding another chapter to his Hall of Fame resume while wearing one of the league's most iconic jerseys. The thought of Durant pulling up for mid-range daggers at the TD Garden, silencing critics once again, has Celtics fans salivating. But this isn't just Durant's story. It's also about how he integrates with Tatum and Brown. Can three wings share the spotlight, or will egos clash? That's the question haunting every debate right now. and the answer could define the next era of NBA dominance. Zach LaVine's role in this blockbuster is equally intriguing, if not more unpredictable. Unlike Durant, who enters the Celtics with an established championship pedigree, LaVine arrives as a star still searching for his defining moment. His years with Chicago showcased his incredible scoring talent, explosive athleticism, and ability to create shots from anywhere, but team success often eluded him. Now, joining a Celtics squad built to win immediately, LaVine gets the platform he's long deserved. He won't need to be the number one option or even the second, but he could be the X factor that tips the scales. His ability to thrive without constant defensive attention could unlock new layers of efficiency and highlight real dominance. Imagine him as the release valve when defenses collapse on Tatum and Durant, knocking down open threes or attacking mismatches with his trademark speed. The fit feels almost too good, as if his skill set was tailor-made for a roster like this. Of course, his health remains a concern, but Boston appears willing to embrace the gamble in pursuit of basketball immortality. For LaVine, the stakes have never been higher, and the spotlight has never been brighter. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The fan reaction to this rumor has been nothing short of a tidal wave, with emotions ranging from stunned disbelief to uncontainable excitement. Celtics faithful are flooding social media with photoshopped images of Durant and LaVine in green jerseys, dreaming of parades down Causeway Street. Bars and sports talk stations are buzzing with debates about rotations, scoring averages, and how many games this new-look team might win. Outside Boston, the reaction is more complicated. Some fans are furious, accusing the league of tilting unfairly toward another super team era, while others are resigned to the idea that greatness often clusters in unexpected places. Neutral observers, meanwhile, are ecstatic because this rumor promises drama, rivalries, and storylines that elevate the league's entertainment value. Every great NBA season has its defining narrative, and if Durant and LaVine truly land in Boston, this will be the headline dominating every highlight reel and conversation. The anticipation is building like a storm, and no one knows when the lightning will strike in the form of official confirmation. Until then, the speculation is its own kind of electricity powering conversations across the basketball world. What's often overlooked in the frenzy of a blockbuster rumor is how the existing players on the roster might respond to such massive changes. For Tatum and Brown, this could be both an opportunity and a challenge. On one hand, having Durant and LaVine alongside them reduces the defensive pressure and gives them more freedom to exploit mismatches. On the other hand, it also means sacrificing touches, adjusting roles, and navigating the delicate balance of egos that comes with assembling so much talent. Marcus Smart, known as the emotional leader of the Celtics, would also have to adjust to new dynamics, perhaps redefining his role in the hierarchy. Yet Boston's culture has always been about sacrifice for the greater good, and that ethos could be the glue that holds this experiment together. The question isn't whether they have the talent. It's whether they have the patience, humility, and chemistry to turn that talent into championships. Fans may dream of seamless perfection, but history teaches us that even super teams need time to gel. The Celtics may not just be battling opponents on the court. They'll be battling expectations every single night. As the dust continues to swirl, one truth is already clear. This rumor, whether it materializes fully or not, has reignited the NBA conversation in ways few stories can. Durant and LaVine potentially joining the Celtics has given fans a reason to debate, dream, and even despair, depending on their allegiance. It's the kind of story that transcends box scores and stat sheets, diving into the heart of what makes sports captivating: unpredictability, ambition, and the thrill of possibility. If confirmed, this move would instantly etch itself into the lore of not just the Celtics, but the NBA as a whole, standing alongside the most audacious roster shakeups the league has ever seen. If it falls apart, it will still be remembered as a moment when the basketball world collectively held its breath. Either way, the Celtics have positioned themselves at the center of attention, and that spotlight isn't dimming anytime soon. Every whisper, every tweet, every fan theory keeps the fire alive, and until the truth is revealed, the Celtics' shocking gamble remains the most talked about story in sports. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.